Well, here we go again. Except this time, we're taking literally a rocket ship to the moon. I mean, that's genius. All this time, we were trying to take a movie theater, we were trying to take a busted down GameStop, but we were just missing the rocket ship. And that's what we've got now. We've got that rocket ship. We're going to the moon. Or are we? I don't know. Let's talk about this. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Stock Advantage. My name is Darren, and today I want to give a real quick update on what is going on with RKT, or Rocket Mortgage. If you didn't know, this stock went insane today. At highs, it was up about 74%, finished the day at 71% up, has cooled back down a little bit in the after hours. But overall, this dude went from all the way up to $43 a share today. And so I want to touch on a couple things. You know, some people out there are not sure what happened or what's causing this event to happen. Besides today, RKT has had a pretty good run up in the last week. So today I'm going to touch on 4 things that have happened to this stock in the last week that are causing what we're seeing today. So first one is going to be the earnings. And so they reported earnings last week. I think it was on the 25th. And during that, they actually smoked earnings, and they gave a great estimate for Q1 2021. Their EPS estimated was 88 cents per share. They came in at $1.14 per share, so they killed that. The adjusted revenue of $4.78 billion exceeded the $3.96 billion consensus or estimate. And then that surged from a year ago, $1.83 billion. So the business is growing, it's booming. You know, I've seen Rocket Mortgage all over the place. I actually refinanced my house this last year with Rocket. Great experience. It's a great company. I was actually really happy when this company IPO'd. I was looking for big things, and then that joker ran flat. Had a good little bump up, and then it ran down, and it has hung out in the $20 range for the last 4 months until coming to life last week. So had a great earnings. Good to see. But overall, all you need to know there is last week they did jump up from about $19.88 a share up to the $23 range, and that was due to earnings, as well as number 2 here, which is they announced a dividend. So this is a special dividend. This is not normal for them. They announced a special dividend of $1.11 per share of common stock. So that is amazing. So those two things together boosted that stock pretty heavily last week. Under $20 to the mid-20s. Before the end of last week, it was actually touching almost $25 a share. So had a good run up last week. And then you've got what I think is caused today's ruckus. So there's 2 things here. First one is Jim Cramer gave it a plug on the show on his show. And so a couple things he mentioned. He mentioned the short squeeze potential. So before today, the current short interest float was at 41%. And so that gave an opportunity for a short squeeze situation, not like the likes of GameStop, but there were enough people who were shorting this stock that it was a possibility. So he did mention that. He also talked about the fundamentals of the company as a whole. It's not just like a GameStop that's almost crashing and burning that the short squeeze saved. This stock is solid, and he's behind what they're doing. He likes the fundamentals of it. He spoke highly of the CEO. That right there, getting any kind of public mention like that also helps. You know, this stock was already floating around a little bit on the Reddit threads, the Wall Street bets, just because of the short interest. And so that right there piqued a lot of retail investors to jump into it. And then the fourth one is the CNBC commentator John Naharan. Sorry, I may not pronounce that right. I'm actually sure I didn't, but hey, you know, whatever. He discussed today Rocket's calls. And so yesterday people were buying calls at $23.50. Today they're buying calls at $37. And these are calls that expire Friday. So the idea there is that they kind of saw this coming. There was kind of it seemed like there was a group gathering together to buy the stock and drive that price up. And so the calls went from $23.50 all the way up to $37 today just for the target on the end of this week. And so you can see the kind of the setup here, the wheels turning on what is happening with this stock in relation to a short squeeze potential. Even though people will say it's not a short squeeze, 41% float's not enough. it's not enough to 10x it, but it's enough to get it moving. It's enough to get enough people invested to drive the price up. And yeah, you may not squeeze the shorts to death, but what you end up doing is moving a share price up 72%. And so that has happened today. A lot of people, when talking about this stock, how it's a potential sleeping giant, people are wondering now, well, it's at 42. Can this company sustain this? Is this, should I buy in now? They're asking, will it hold? Will it hold at this price? Is this like the new normal for RKT? And if it's anything like the other short squeeze situations, the answer to that's going to be no. It'll come back down to earth. It may continue to drive up the price the rest of this week until the calls are met on Friday. But I think it's going to come back down to earth at some point. In my opinion, this is a solid stock to own. It's a growing company. They do a very good job at what they do. They're making money hand over fist. And I think I'm going to see that going forward. It could slow down a little bit this year as interest rates rise and less people refinance their houses and maybe the housing market slows down. But I think they're up for a good solid 2021, especially if they introduce a continuous dividend. That'll also help this company. So there's two ways to play this one, short term and long term. If you're looking at this as a short term moneymaker this week, there is potential. It did fall a little bit after hours, but I think that is some investors cashing out from fears of, is the stock going to get jacked up like Robinhood did, GameStop and all those. But I think we could continue to see this price drive up the rest of the week. I think it's going to have a lot of fluctuation. So if you're looking at it from a short-term perspective, again, know it's a risky play at these levels, and you may make a lot of money, but you may lose a lot of money. So you've got to be willing to lose it to play this one. From a long-term perspective, if you're invested in this company currently, if you have shares, you bought them at $20 a share, 24, whatever it is, and you want this to hold this company long-term, I don't know if I wouldn't take some profits this week while the stock price is so high, and then whenever it comes back down to earth, reinvest into it, or you can just hold straight through. There's a good chance it'll fall back down into the 30 or below range, and when it does, you still be up, but you lose opportunity to make some of those profits. So just keep that in mind. And if you're looking to enter this stock long term, I would wait until it comes back down to earth. Wait until it finds a bottom, settles down. Everybody moves on to the next squeeze situation or the Wall Street bet situation. So don't rush into it. So that's kind of the three scenarios, what I see happening with this stock. Again, the difference here is this is actually a solid company that has just been heavily shorted. So it's a very interesting dynamic. I just wanted to hop on here, clarify that a little bit, give my opinion on what I see with this stock. Just my opinion. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I ask you to do your own due diligence on that, see what trading situations line up for your method. And yeah, so if you like this video, make sure you drop it a like, subscribe to my channel, click that notification bell. Link down below for 2 free stocks from Webull if you're interested in that. And until next time, have a great day and God bless.